Now with Toby Vogel, who's a political analyst and the co-founder of the Democratization Policy Council. He joins us now from Brussels. Really good to have you with us, sir. I mean, it's probably a bit of an understatement to say that Donald Trump has turned US policy regarding Ukraine on its head in the space of a couple of weeks, really. Tell us, what's your view on what Trump is doing, appearing to essentially repeat what Russia has been saying about its war with Ukraine?
Well, this is really the moment that we've all been dreading for, ever since the U.S. presidential elections back in November, which feels like a different era now. What we feared would happen has now happened. The U.S. has shifted decisively. Its president is parroting Kremlin talking points about Ukraine having started the war, about NATO being to blame, and so on and so forth, about the need for territorial concessions. He is negotiating directly with Putin over the heads of the Ukrainians and of the Europeans, because this is very much in line with his vision of the world, where the great powers decide the fate of smaller nations that do not deserve to be at the table.
Yes, and of course it comes so soon after the US and Russia met in Saudi Arabia while actively excluding Volodymyr Zelensky or any Ukrainian representation from those talks. From Donald Trump's point of view, though, I mean, he always campaigned on bringing about an end to this war with Ukraine. He didn't say how he would do it. He would simply bring the parties together somehow. So, in a sense, isn't Trump simply delivering on what he has promised to do?
He is certainly delivering on, as I said before, on his vision of the world and on this idea that he can strike deals with anyone, especially in this case with Putin. That is his approach to international affairs. What the people concerned, the countries, the nations concerned have to say about this is of no interest to him. What he wants to do is a quick deal that is superficially simple, straightforward, and then leave it to the Europeans to actually implement it. Because let's not forget, the line of confrontation is something like 1,200 kilometers long. This will take a very, very serious peacekeeping force to patrol. We do not know anything about what their terms of engagement might be, their rules of engagement might be. We don't know any of these so-called details. But the truth is that these details are of crucial importance.
In response to Trump's latest moves on Ukraine, we've seen European leaders scramble to come together to come up with a response of their own. We know the UK has even gone as far as saying that it's prepared to put British boots on the ground in Ukraine if it came to that. Volodymyr Zelensky also calling on European leaders to form some sort of a European army, a notion that's been around for years now. Do you believe that Europe can rally around Ukraine to counter what Trump's doing?
The European Union has been quite remarkably united and swift in sanctioning Russia, starting immediately after the full-scale invasion in February, now 3 years ago, almost to the day. I am not sure that this unity, which already saw some cracks with some member states dissenting, whether this unity would really last into a sort of hotter phase of EU and European engagement. One of the difficulties in all of this is, of course, that we don't really know who speaks on Europe's behalf. There is no EU or European chief negotiator on this issue. We have crucial countries that are outside the European Union, such as the UK, but also, let's not forget, for example, Norway. We have Canada, which is in NATO, but not a European country. So there's all these thorny questions of who speaks on behalf of the Europeans, and what role could the Europeans take institutionally, organizationally, logistically, but also, most importantly, politically, in any kind of ceasefire agreement, any kind of peace settlement?
Okay, Toby, we will have to leave it there, but great to get your analysis as always. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.